broken with Trump and the administration or spoken out against them in a way that it seems that some of your colleagues either can't or won't. And your term is up when the president's term is up. He obviously can't run for re-election. I wonder, do you feel that you have a freedom to be able to speak out that your other colleagues don't have?
I can't speak for others and why they do or don't say anything. I just know that I have to be true to myself. I have to be true to the constituents that I serve, and I do think that I have perhaps a little more freedom, if you will. I come from a state that, well, it is red. I was returned to the United States Senate in 2010 after I lost a primary to a Tea Party Republican, and I was returned by way of a write-in vote. So my base, if you will, is quite interesting. It is not your typical Republican base, not even close, and so I think you have seen that there is, I think, more room for me to work outside of the party. My allegiance is not to a party. My allegiance is to the people of the state of Alaska, and I take that responsibility pretty seriously.
You were asked recently about whether you could see yourself leaving the Republican Party. You did not say no.
Yeah. The Republican Party is a different party today than certainly when I registered to vote as a Republican at 18. And so again, I don't feel like my responsibility is to follow the contours of the Republican Party necessarily. That my responsibility when I am here in the Senate is only to a Republican conference. It is certainly not just to a president. My responsibility, my oath is to the Constitution. My responsibility is to Alaskans. And so sometimes, I'm sure people look at my voting record and say, well, why isn't she a team player? Why isn't she a better Republican? I don't believe that Alaskans sent me to Washington, D.C. to be a better Republican. I think they sent me here to be a better senator for all Alaska. Does
that mean we could see you maybe caucusing with another party, the Democrats?
Well, we don't have a lot of choices in the Congress, right? Yeah. You got the red team and you got the blue team. You got the Republicans and the Democrats. And so when you say you caucus with the Democrats, caucusing with the Democrats means caucusing with a group whose values I am not in as keen alignment as on the Republican side of the aisle. My values haven't changed over the years. I think what you've seen.
But you said the Republican Party has changed.
I think the Republican Party has changed. I think the Republican Party now is more of a MAGA party, and I don't fit well within those contours.
Well, you wrote
but
in your
my
book
values are still the same.
Something fascinating about a fellow Alaskan. You said, Sarah Palin didn't know that she was helping start a movement. She was just being Sarah Palin, but she became the prototype for Donald Trump, the showman without principle, and he took populism much further, partly because he didn't need a script. Showman without principle.
He is one who I think clearly is focused on identifying where that populism streak is in people moving in a direction, working to expand a base. Is it because there is a ideological link there, or is it because he is a keen politician who knows that it will be to his benefit to bring in, whether it's labor. Republicans didn't used to have much of a connection with labor. You've seen President Trump reach out to them. Native Americans. You're seeing the president reaching out to them. So I think he is one who is intuitive in that sense, in terms of where is that popular appeal, and figuring out how you tap into that.
And you two have obviously not always seen eye to eye. I mean,
No.
you tried to essentially make sure you lost your job.
Yeah, that is true. But
How would you describe your relationship with him this term around?
My job is to figure out how to get along, or how to work with everybody that is put in front of me, whether I voted for them or not. It's no great state secret that I did not support President Trump, but it's also no secret that he didn't support me. But as I've shared with him, you won, I won. You want to do good things for the country, I want to do good things for the state of Alaska. Let's figure out where we can find some shared purpose and work on that. And so we've been doing that. And so I think people sometimes are surprised. They think that it has to just be always at odds, and I don't think it's that way. We're probably not pen pals like he and Lindsey Graham are, but having said that, I'm working to represent Alaskans as best I can, and working with an administration that has a lot of shared goals in helping my state achieve that, and we'll continue to work to do just that.
Senator